Make sure it's for everybody. Everybody. Alright, this one must work.
I don't know.
It must.
Yep.
It must be. No two fails in one day. Hello, are you there?
Well, it's working now. So we've been talking and our thing wasn't working. And Sophie messed up my phone, so I couldn't check to see if it was working.
Yeah, and that one started off way too grumpy anyway, so.
Yeah. Take two.
Take two.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning
from our
from
balcony.
the boardwalk, yes.
I'm having coffee and we're talking, right?
And we're actually showing people.
Nope, there's people in here now.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody chatting, but yes, there they are. Mike, good morning. Cynthia, good morning. Catherine, good morning. Did the other stream even work? Because we were talking for 6 minutes and the thing was spinning. I was assuming it was working, but it was a grumpy stream anyway.
Yeah.
So, yesterday we did Hollywood Studios with Jamie B and Laura B. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Brian.
Mike wants to know if I want Toy Story Mania.
We didn't get to go on Toy Story yesterday.
No.
We did everything but Toy Story and Tower of Terror. And we were there right at opening. We were there before the park opened. We were there like around 20 of 9.
Yep.
And they wouldn't let us on, Tower of Terror was lining up and stuff, but they weren't. And so the first thing we did was Aerosmith. Because that was only 15 minutes, supposedly 15-minute wait.
Yeah.
And Tower of Terror was 30-minute wait, so we just did Aerosmith.
Wake up,
By the time we got off
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, now we were like one of the first ones on Aerosmith.
Yeah.
By the time we got off Aerosmith, there were hour waits everywhere.
That's how quick. That's how quick it is, yeah.
Man, that's pretty unusual.
Yeah.
To be there that early. Usually when you're that early, you can do a couple rides before crowds start showing up, but it was nuts.
That's how busy it is, yeah.
We walked over from the boardwalk, but just turning around that Skyliner bend there, it was wall-to-wall people. So it was insane at the studios, and the tough part is, they say, oh yeah, we have whatever capacity, whatever. They're letting the normal crowds are in there again, but the normal offerings are not all there yet. So you don't have the crowd disbursement. You don't have the Indiana Jones stuff going on. You don't have some other stuff that's going on that would take crowds out of the ride lines and out of the food lines.
Right.
And
so all the food lines, all the snack places,
we're all
you're talking about there's minimum
30 people or something.
Yeah, I was going to say minimum 20 people in line to get a box of popcorn or to get a bottle of water or just the very little carts. There's always like at least 20 people in line. It's crazy.
But we did get to see the pre-show for Runaway Railroad.
Yeah, that was the first time.
That was cute.
Yep.
Yep. And there was a pre-show for something else we
did Smuggler's Run.
Smuggler's Run.
Which we kind of see bits and pieces of that show. We got to see that.
Yeah.
Laura and Jamie drove. Charlie and Amy were gunners, and me and Sophie were engineers.
Yeah. And Jamie wasn't too good. I'm gonna blame Jamie. Laura kept on yelling at Jamie saying, go up, go up, go up. And he had the whole handle.
All the way. He couldn't do anything else.
Up. I've been there before.
I'm in the back yelling, we're gonna die,
The ship does what it wants to do sometimes.
Yeah.
The other pre-show we got to see was Aerosmith pre-show. So, how's
the mobile ordering
working out? It's okay.
It's okay.
We haven't had any issues.
Right, we have not had any issues yet. I'm not a fan of the mobile ordering, but we ate at Regal Eagle yesterday, and
we went to we're not at Boardwalk yet.
Well, anyway, so we would order, and then you just sit and wait, and then you could go in. And the good thing is like, for example, of Regal Eagle, no one can go in the building and sit and eat unless you've gotten your order. So you're guaranteed a seat, for the most part. Where normally people will be sitting in there just to cool off and get out of the heat.
I do like that.
That's the bonus of mobile ordering, is the control of who is sitting inside. But does the mobile ordering always work? No. We really haven't had any problems yet. it's just sitting there waiting. And you can see everyone outside just sitting there waiting. So it defeats the purpose, I think.
Did we get a num num cookie? No, that was another fail.
No. So, like we said, there's at least 20 people or more in all these lines. And the num num cookie line was out in the sun.
The crowds are definitely throwing us off our game because, you know, like we said, the typical crowds are back, but the typical things to do aren't back, and the fast passes aren't back. Fast passes helped us out immensely. We would work the fast pass with the DAS, and then the kids didn't get all crazy and stuff. But like yesterday, it was like we did a lot of walking around because we're like, we're not waiting 3 hours for that ride, we're not waiting for that ride or whatever.
Yeah.
And we did some, again, we got a lot of the stuff done, but the crowds are, I think, the lines are worse because there's less stuff to offer.
Right. I agree.
Less stuff being offered.
Yeah, and there's no fast pass, which I think actually helped with the lines.
Yeah. We are fast pass. We like fast pass, and even if the crowds are like that, even with the fast pass, at least you're guaranteed to get on like 3 rides that day.
Exactly.
And yesterday, you're not, unless you're waiting for 3 hours, you're not getting, you're not doing much.
Right, and we split up the parks too, so.
And with the crowds this big,
yeah.
The lines aren't moving that fast.
They're not.
I've seen other people saying, "Oh, but the lines move fast."
No.
Not with those.
Right.
Not with those lines going all the way back the way they were, and it's not even. They're not six. Right. They're not spaced out 6 feet. I mean, these are regular lines as far back as they were during the expansion.
Back. They're further back. So so before you could be in the line and everyone's spaced 6 feet apart, and the line can be humongous, but it's going to move because there's 6 feet of space between each one. There is no space. There is 0, 0, 0 social distancing now. So you have the regular people back to back to back, but the lines are longer than the COVID lines.
Been loving these. Rob Buzz, good morning.
So so the crowds and the lines
that
are
is
out of control.
That is key, Amy. That's what we've been saying. The Indiana Jones and the Beauty and the Beast and all those little shows.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. They took people out of lines. Yeah. And that's not happening.
Yeah.
So they think, oh, the capacity, we're back up to normal capacity, but they're not up back to normal offerings, and they're not up to staffing either. So things are taking normal. I mean, things are taking longer than normal to process food orders or whatever.
Yeah, you could tell that they need to add some staff and stuff. So we gotta kind of catch up. So Mar is asking, actually, 2 days in a row. These days, what can we up to here? Did you plan this? Yes, it's a conspiracy. Get everyone out of bed. Mike was asking about how Epcot was. Is Mouskia still there, or is it closed? Mouskia is still there. It is just it's a much smaller store right now during construction.
It's on the side, in front of
it's on the side of Test Track.
The mission space.
Yeah. We have not gone into Mouskia's yet, but we know it's open.
Not this time, yeah.
It was open last year.
December, and it's definitely open.
Yeah, it's open, but it's nothing like the original store yet because of all the refurbishment that they're doing.
Yeah. Good morning, Walt Disney World bound.
Cynthia says, I felt like my last trip I got less done. Yes, we're feeling that as well. Like, I don't know, it just...
Happy early birthday.
It's definitely changing the way we normally go about things and stuff like that. So we'll be walking around and be like, well, how come we didn't get everything done like we normally would? It's the crowds. So I totally agree with you there.
Yeah, we'll have to get a cookie next time.
Yes, the Num Num cookies. I know. It was on our list, but it's one of those things. Do we wait an hour plus to get a Num Num cookie, or do we wait an hour plus to get into a ride?
Yeah, so bad.
It's hard.
So yesterday during the daytime we
Rob loves your shirts. You have the best shirts ever.
Yeah, I saw that. I like the adventure shirts. I didn't bring a lot of those shirts this time. This trip I only brought most of my button-down shirts. So we did Hollywood Studios yesterday morning.
Yeah.
last night we did Epcot. We took a break. We took like a 45-minute break at the hotel room. And then we went over to Epcot, and we had some things to finally do there. We finally got like Imagination done, Living Seas done, Test Track done.
Yeah.
And then
some of the countries.
Went around the countries. Now, another thing that's been going on with Epcot, because the food and wine food booths aren't open yet.
Yeah.
The regular food booths have been absolutely swamped.
Yeah.
The regular food places.
In
It's the
Epcot.
first time we've ever seen Les Halles, which is the snack place back in France. It was out the door past.
It was
It's
at
out the door to pretty much Monsieur Paul.
Yeah. And
That
it was
Les Halles.
growing
It was through
too.
the store. It was, you know, that line has
I've
a
never
zigzag line
Ever seen that?
past the ice cream store. It was
We've
insane.
seen
We're like,
the
"Are you
turnstile
serious?"
section
We've
full.
never seen that ever in
Ever.
40 years since
Yeah.
we've been going.
Yeah, that's how bad it is. That's how busy and crazy it is.
And the ice cream line was all around the side for that
Oh, it was.
too.
It was further
We're like,
back.
are you
Yeah,
serious?
yeah.
We're walking up towards the back of France.
We're
Like,
like, what
this
are these
can't be
people
the line.
online? What are they doing? And it was the line.
So
We passed at that. Because
yeah.
we wanted to see the fireworks, so we would have been
yeah,
sitting in
and,
line for
and
about
again,
an hour.
some of the normal places aren't open. You know, half of the United Kingdom isn't open.
Canada is not
Canada
open.
is not open.
Right.
You have things that just aren't open that would
No.
take people.
Stores, there's a lot of stores. Part of Germany's not open.
Yeah, and it was fine, and not much. It wasn't noticeable back when they were doing the COVID thing,
Yeah, the
doing the
social-
separation, and they had capacity down. But now the capacity is 100%,
Oh, yeah.
easily 100%.
Oh, yeah.
This is never seen it this
Yeah, I
easy.
put money on that. Yeah.
Um,
But there's
before,
not
but-
enough staff. They didn't increase the staff, and they didn't increase
Yeah.
the attractions or the stores. So now you're cramming all 100% of the people in,
if
and
they,
you're not even fully open. You're like,
you're right, Rob. If they don't fix this by October, a lot of upset people.
oh yeah.
You know, there'll be riots on the streets.
I've heard people complaining to the cast members. I heard a few yesterday. A couple at Hollywood Studios, and then one at Epcot.
They better get that staffing up, or they're in trouble.
Right.
They
Or
better get
people
these
could jump
places
ship and
open.
go to Hollywood, Universal.
Yeah.
Right? And SeaWorld. They're actually the.
Well, they're even saying Universal and them have been super packed too.
Oh, really?
So,
Well,
which we're going today.
yeah.
But
Oh, wait,
but Epcot
wait
was
a
fun.
second. Candy Mom sent us a super chat.
Candy Mom, thank
Did
you.
you get it yet?
Oh, it's up there. Yeah. No, I
Okay,
see
thank
it.
you so much.
It doesn't change colors on the screen up here, so you didn't notice it.
I just noticed that. Thank you so much, Cynthia.
Get a treat.
You guys are
Get a
always
treat
so
on me.
nice.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah, yesterday we ate at the 50s. So that was good. The food was just okay.
The food was definitely just okay, and
We-
our
we used
waitress
it-
wasn't. She wasn't
Yeah.
our aunt or a cousin or a mom.
And
She
I'm
was just a
going to
waitress.
give you guys a tip if you guys are doing sit-down dining.
Oh yeah.
Pay attention to your bill because if we had a party of 6. They automatically add 18%. It's part of the bill.
It's supposed to be
and then
8 people or more. That's
and
supposed to happen.
She didn't mention that when she gave the bill. So here I am figuring out next. I do 20% at least tipping. So I'm like, okay, something didn't add up here. So I went back and looking over the bill. 18% was already on there, so that's like $30.
Right.
Okay, and then I was adding another $40.
So,
So I'm like, I'm not giving her $74
and she wasn't. She didn't
tip
play
or
the
whatever,
part.
you know?
She didn't play the part at all, and she was like
It
kind
was
of
like,
like MIA half
so I'm
the
like,
time.
no. So I called her over. I said, all right, so this thing's always scratched up because I didn't realize you did this. And it's like, oh yeah, just put the total there. And it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that didn't leave a good taste in my mouth.
No.
You know.
Well, first
If
of
you
all, they're
wanna
not
be-
supposed to do it unless there's 8 or more people.
Yeah,
And
I
we
think
only
they
had
do.
6.
I think, yeah.
So that
So,
shouldn't have happened in the
Just
first
keep an
place.
eye on your bill though,
Yeah.
because sometimes they already putting the tip on there, and then I think they're hoping that people aren't paying attention,
Yeah.
because then they're getting like $70 tips for a mediocre fried chicken
Yeah, yeah.
that was not in with pretty much zero service. It
Yeah, I was a
like
little disappointed in the
in that lady.
and we
yeah.
do 50s every year. Every trip we do 50s when we're in Hollywood Studios. So this was probably like our worst meal there.
Well, it probably was.
Yeah, I think
This
this
was
should
at
be our
the
worst.
50s prime time.
Hey,
Sophie
babe,
loved
can
her
you
food.
finish so we can swap? I still have to blow dry my hair. My hair's gonna like go
Yeah, we're gonna be
forward.
going. So they were doing the 18 cent back in April. Oh, Cynthia says that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I think they're adding it all to every. Maybe it's just an automatic thing now.
Did we welcome in Keith? BDF?
Okay, Keith.
I don't know if we missed.
Thanks for being here this morning.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta swap hair dryers. But
I know. Just trying
yeah.
to.
So we didn't want to turn this into a
No,
whining
but,
session,
you know,
but yeah, like I said, it was tough.
Can't just,
it was
you
tough
can't
with
just
the
say all
crowds.
the good stuff. You have to, you gotta keep it real.
And she was a party too, and they still added 18%.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, that would have been probably easier to notice though too. So it was, yeah, we had.
She made a long slip because it was 6 of us.
Yeah, but it's lucky, you know, when they fold a slip and it's like,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was.
I hope
still
that's
thought
not
it
what
was
the intention was, but you know what?
shady.
Sometimes I'm not
Yeah,
too sure.
I almost gave her $74 tip.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm lucky I looked back because I was like, okay, this is like a $40 tip. You know, not a $74
Yeah.
tip.
Candy Mom, what is she doing?
This is for keeping it real. Actually, yeah, we try not to be too grumpy, but we were very grumpy this morning.
Right. No, it's not. We're not grumpy. We're just telling you this. I mean, if any of these people are going to be coming down,
yeah, just
you
keep an
gotta
eye
be
on your bill.
prepared.
Keep an eye on your bill.
You gotta be prepared.
Sometimes they
these
automatically
lines.
add the tip, and if you're just sitting there chatting with your friend and like we were, okay, you're taking that's 20% of 200, and it's like okay, $40, and then you're like, wait a second, it's 20. We got $18 off, and it's.
I know.
So
I
it's
had
like,
the annual
then
pass
I opened up the
discount,
slip,
too.
and it's like, oh, they already put the gratuity there. So.
Yeah.
So pay attention to your bills.
Yeah. And you gotta come down here with patience because the lines are out of control. Sophie, you almost done?
Make the Phoenicians. Hey, Disney dance.
Hey.
Welcome in.
Good morning.
Thanks for stopping in. I felt so bad the other day. I was able to watch the stream of the game and
I
we were
think
watching
so.
it in the Little Mermaid ride line.
People are
If
saying
you-
hi to Just I Dream, but I didn't see them come in.
Today. This is our dream. Good morning. So
Oh, there they
yes,
are.
we
I
always
see
ask
them.
for the pass over the distance. That was with the we get the pass out with a discount. We always ask for that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I try to flash it every time we make a purchase.
The
You never
discount.
know. Some places do, some places don't. Some countries do have the annual pass, some countries don't.
Yeah.
So, it's just
So today we are going to Universal Studios. It's going to be a fun day. We usually do those on Wednesdays of each trip, Wednesdays of each week of each trip. So we're heading over there. We're probably going to start in one park. We're going to take the Hogwarts train over to the other park and have some fun.
Yeah.
And today's goal is to do Hagrid's and do the Velocicoaster. So those are our two main goals to do today.
Yeah.
We are probably not going to hit the water rides because we're not wearing our flip-flops.
Yeah.
Because our feet need a break.
Yeah, we gotta wear halfway decent sneakers. I didn't pack my sneakers, so I don't know.
Check out the Harry Potter pins. We will. We love the whole Harry Potter land. It is so awesome.
Yeah.
And we love it. The thing is with Universal, what we've learned to do, which makes life a lot easier at Universal, is we don't bring a backpack. We pack very, very light for Universal because having to go into the lockers before a lot of the rides, they won't let you bring stuff on, so you have to go to the lockers and all sorts of stuff. You have to fight with crowds in the lockers and stuff like that. So we go as light as possible, no lockers. If we can't put it in our pockets or her fanny pack,
I know.
we don't
I gotta
bring
do
it.
the fanny pack, which is
So,
hard.
luckily we've been going there for, 35 years or whatever. And we don't really have to do wand stuff anymore. And the kids are getting a little older, even though we have the interactive wands and they're
We have
fun.
a couple of them actually.
We don't really bring that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Just to make sure,
I'll be videoing and stuff like that. We won't go live because you really can't go on any rides.
We're going live tonight at 7.
Yes.
It's Wednesday.
Right, but not
From Universal.
Not
That'll
from
be
Universal.
from Epcot.
most likely Epcot, yeah.
Yes, and probably Friday too, because that's our first time in Food and Wine.
Oh yeah, so try to go live. Avery's checked out the menus and he's all excited.
And I think tomorrow we're at the Wave with Jim.
Yeah.
Maybe James. I'm not sure if James Ryan's gonna make it, but with Jim, we're supposed to do it. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Doing the Wave. It's the last night the Wave is open. And then it gets refurbished forever and ever and ever.
You ready to switch?
No,
Right.
it wasn't a $40. It wasn't a $40
But have
dinner.
a great day.
All right.
Right.
Hey Keith, it was like a $200 dinner. All right, so, oh, thanks, Cynthia. Awesome. In Kansas, mandating a tip over 100% might be no, yeah, Keith, they weren't doing that. It wasn't that bad, believe me. I wouldn't do that. So, anyways, just to recap, we did Epcot last night. We did Hollywood Studios yesterday morning. Today we're going to Universal Studios. What are you looking forward to most at Universal Studios? What are you looking forward to most at Universal Studios today?
Which one are we doing?
Both.
Both?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do some bits of one, and then depending on the crowds, we'll hop on the train at some point and then go over to do the other one.
I'm excited.
Are you looking for a Velocicoaster? You're gonna ride that, right? You're not looking forward to that?
Not really. I'm not
It'll
a
be
big
fun.
fan of going upside down.
Yeah, but it's really quick. It's more like
Yeah, but
a
there's like
turning
7
thing,
loops or
not a
something.
corkscrew. It's a turning thing, so it happens a lot much faster. It's more like going like that, and then you're up. Okay. I think it's gonna be a lot better.
Hello everyone. You guys forgot to mention hello Grandma.
Hello,
She's
Grandma.
watching.
Good morning, Grandma.
Morning, Grandma. How are the cats?
So, anyways, let's wrap this thing up. We're gonna be in Universal Studios today. If you're gonna be there, stop by and say hello. We're always happy to see people. And if you're in Epcot tonight, stop by and say hello. We'll be live around 7, doing our usual 7 o'clock, not quite ready for prime time live stream, live from Epcot Center. And yeah, we'll see you guys all tonight. Don't forget to do your duty.
Thank you, Cynthia, again for.
Yeah, thanks, Cynthia, for the super chat.
Oh, and it's a big duty.
Oh, hi guys.